My friends, welcome to the Following Jesus channel. Today we are going to talk about an inspiring story that will touch your heart and renew your hope. Get ready to learn about a journey of overcoming and faith that proves miracles happen and that inner strength is invincible. Once upon a time, there was a young man named Lucas. Lucas was an intelligent and energetic boy, but he had a big problem. He was never satisfied with anything in his life. Every day, upon waking up, the first thing he did was complain. If it was sunny, he complained about the heat. If it rained, he grumbled about the bad weather. At school, Lucas always thought his grades were never good enough. Even when he got high grades, instead of being happy, he worried about the next exam and how difficult it would be. He saw his classmates being praised by the teachers and felt wronged, believing he would never receive the recognition he deserved. At home, the situation was no different. Despite having a loving family and a comfortable home, Lucas rarely expressed gratitude. He complained about the food, the noise, having to help with household chores. His parents tried to show him the good side of things, but Lucas always seemed focused on what was missing. Lucas' friends began to distance themselves because his constant negativity made everyone feel bad. They tried to cheer him up, but nothing seemed to work. Lucas felt alone and misunderstood, which only increased his complaints. At night, before going to sleep, Lucas found himself reflecting on the day that had passed. Instead of remembering the good moments, he focused on every detail that hadn't gone as planned. He didn't realize it, but his heart was full of dissatisfaction, and that was negatively shaping his entire life. At school, Lucas was going through a difficult time. A series of important exams was approaching, and he felt increasingly pressured to achieve perfect results. His anxiety grew every day, and the sense of injustice regarding the teacher's praise only grew within him. The pressure reached its limit. Lucas, who was always used to excelling academically, found himself stuck. His mind was confused, and the fear of failure consumed him. He finished the exam with a feeling of defeat, something he wasn't used to facing. As he left school that day, a heavy thought hovered over Lucas' shoulders. He wondered where he was going wrong and why nothing seemed to be going right lately. The dissatisfaction that had always existed within him now manifested even more intensely. At home, Lucas locked himself in his room. He looked at the wall and saw a small, dusty notebook on his desk. He approached, opened the notebook, and saw some phrases written in shaky letters. These were words from a time when he used to express gratitude for the simple things in life. A light went on in his mind, and he realized something needed to change. It was in that moment of introspection that Lucas realized that the path he had been following would lead him nowhere. He felt a mix of regret and determination. It was time to turn his life around and try to see things differently. The key to this change was within him, and it was time to use it. With the determination to change his perspective, Lucas decided to start practicing gratitude. That same night, before going to sleep, he took a sheet of paper and a pen and began to write down the things he was grateful for. At first, it was hard for him to find something positive amidst so many complaints that inhabited his mind, but gradually, the words began to flow. He thanked for the support of his parents, the roof over his head, the food on the table. He thanked for the friends he had pushed away, for having the opportunity to study, for every little moment of joy that had gone unnoticed amid his complaints. As he wrote, Lucas felt a weight lifted off his shoulders, as if the words of gratitude were radiating light into his heart. In the following days, Lucas continued his daily gratitude practice. He smiled when he woke up in the morning. He thanked for the sun that illuminated his room, for the breeze that came through the window. He realized that by changing his way of seeing the world around him also changed. Interactions with his family became lighter, and he reconnected with his friends, sharing words of appreciation and affection. As gratitude became part of his routine, Lucas noticed small changes unfolding in his life. He felt lighter, happier. His mind, previously clouded with negative thoughts, now found space for hope and positivity. He began to see possibilities where he once saw only obstacles, and this pushed him to continue his journey of transformation through gratitude. Gradually, The small changes that Lucas had noticed turned into significant transformations. He began to excel again at school, but this time in a different way. Instead of focusing only on grades, he started to value learning and collaborating with his classmates. His confidence grew, and the teachers began to notice a positive change in his attitude. At home, Lucas began to value the moments with his family more. He helped with household chores without complaining and expressed gratitude for the food lovingly prepared. His parents, surprised and happy with the change, reciprocated his new behavior with even more love and support, creating a harmonious and welcoming environment. His friends, who had distanced themselves, began to come closer again. They noticed that the Lucas full of complaints had been replaced by a more cheerful and present young man. The conversations between them became lighter and more enjoyable, and Lucas discovered the joy of sharing and being a good listener. Not only did he improve his relationships, but he also became a source of support for those who needed it. Lucas realized that gratitude had the power to transform every aspect of his life. He began to value the small things that previously seemed insignificant and saw beauty in the details of everyday life. This new worldview brought a sense of peace and contentment that he had never experienced before. Reflecting on his journey, Lucas understood that the secret to a fulfilling life was learning to be grateful for what you have instead of focusing on what is lacking. Gratitude not only healed his heart but opened doors to new opportunities and genuine relationships. He promised never to let dissatisfaction guide his life again, for he had discovered the true miracle of gratitude. Dear friends, many times in life, we encounter obstacles that seem insurmountable and moments of discouragement that test our faith. The story we shared today is a powerful reminder that, even in adversity, there is always a light of hope. This journey of overcoming in faith shows that with perseverance and belief, we can face any challenge. If you are going through a difficult time, remember, inner strength and faith can be your greatest allies to turn obstacles into victories. Discover how small changes can transform your life for the better. Subscribe to our channel now and start your journey of self-discovery and growth. Take advantage of exclusive content that will inspire you to see the opportunities around you and live more fully and gratifyingly. Don't miss it. The first step to an extraordinary life is just one click away.